Clementine Ford is an outspoken feminist and is prolific in the great land of Australia. And she has brought us many, many gems over the years, such as the following.
Oh, I can go on hating men forever. It's so much fun and so easy to do. The more time I spend on Twitter, the less the question becomes why I hate men, and more why doesn't everyone else hate men? Men suck. Kill all men and then kill them again. Men are gross and also rapists. Kill all men. Honestly, the coronavirus isn't killing men fast enough. All men are scum and must die. Feminism isn't for everyone. It's for effing women, you turd. No, I have all the power in the world. That's how I can have men fired at will. It is all my design.
Hello and welcome to The Ordeal. If you are new to my channel, I challenge all things woke, so that is everything is critical theory, whether it's race, gender, or anything else. Thank you for stopping by. I do appreciate all of the support I get on my channel. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Now let's take a look at Clementine Ford and see what she looks like. Now, before we look at her, before we do this, you're going to want to grab a bucket. Just go ahead and set that down. Maybe keep it in your lap. You know, either way, keep it like next to you, maybe on your desk or in your lap, somewhere where it's going to be close and handy. You're going to need it. Trust me, you're going to need it. So here we go. This is what we got for Clementine Ford. Of course, I'm joking. This is not what Clementine Ford looks like. However, I do think that probably all feminists, when they take off their makeup, looks like something similar to this here. Let's take a look at an actual picture of Clementine Ford. Here we go. Yeah, that's really what she looks like. Not joking. So you can see why the bucket came in handy for you. So here you go. Here's feminist author Clementine Ford compares the men of Married at First Sight to rotting garbage and says they deserve to suffer a horrible injury so their genitals fall off in vile rant. If this person is allowed to speak publicly. Recently, she was speaking at a university, I think a college in Australia, and she was taking questions, but she would not take questions from the men, and she even said, I'm not going to take any questions from the boys. Now, in response to that, fortunately, several students, I don't know how many, I don't know if all of them or if just a large percentage of them, got up and walked out, both male and female. Yes, that is the correct response to a person who has that sort of point of view. I don't think that would happen in the United States. I don't think anybody would walk out. Maybe a couple people, but what I've seen in the United States, people, they just go along with whoever's speaking. Maybe that's not true for you. Hopefully it's not, but yeah, I don't put up with this stuff, and you shouldn't either. Let's take a look into, maybe explore some of the things that she says as well, besides just tweeting. I mean, there's video evidence of her abusing men.
My name is Clementine Ford. I'm an angry feminist and notorious boner killer who fights for women's rights. Male privilege is men being celebrated and lauded for repeating the work that women have tirelessly done on their behalf.
Really? Can you point to any of that work and tell me what it is? Can you give me any examples of that work happening? You know, you can't? Is that you can't? No? Because I don't know of any men going around claiming that they did something that a woman actually did.
Women who are fighting for dignity and respect and humanity aren't doing it so that men can feel bad about themselves. But the fact that so many men continue to make it about themselves is, again, an example of male privilege. And this is what needs to be dismantled. I don't think of myself as a crusader. I just see myself as a girl standing in front of a million boys, asking them to be better.
No. You're not asking them to be better. You're asking them to die. You're saying kill all men. You're saying that men are taking credit for your work when that's not even true. Do you have an example of that? You're saying that men suck, men are scum, all men are rapists. These are not real things. So, why do I bring up Clementine Ford and how awesome she is? Clementine Ford has produced a video in response to the Australian milkshake video. If you have not seen the Australian milkshake video, I will tell you what it's about. It's about a young couple go to an ice cream parlor, and the girl takes a handful of her milkshake and wipes it all over the man's face. And when he protests this, she says, oh, come on, you know you like it. That's how you like it. You know you want it. You know you like when I do that. And it's supposed to be a metaphor for consent in intimate relationships. So Clementine Ford, she went ahead and made a video in response to that, talking about consent, claiming that consent is a conversation. Yeah, well, consent is not a conversation. She does not know what a conversation is, because her description of how you're supposed to go about setting up the boundaries regarding consent, not a conversation. And I'll talk about that in a moment. I can't play the video. Now, I will pin links in the comments section. There'll be a link to the milkshake video, and I'm going to have to pin a link to the Clementine Ford consent video. I apparently cannot play that video because there was another video criticizing her video, and it was taken down due to copyright infringement. Now, it is not illegal to criticize a video. So what that tells me is that the creator of the video went after the person who posted the critique video and had YouTube take it down. I could get the video reinstated, and the creator of this other video will probably get his video reinstated. But it's just a hassle. I don't want to have to deal with it. I don't have the strike on my channel. I don't want to have to go through YouTube and wait for them to review my video and then re-upload it. And they could just decide they don't want to re-upload it anyway. I mean, it's their platform. So those are pinned down below. Watch them. They're both less than 10 minutes. I think the Clementine Ford video is like 3 or 4 minutes long. So that's the one I'm talking about here. So first, Clementine Ford says that consent is a conversation. She wants to change the way that we approach this dynamic of intimate relationships. Now, my understanding is this is being played at schools. This video is being played at schools. A woman who hates all men so much that she won't even take questions from them. She won't even talk to them. That's how much she despises men. She finds them so detestable that she accuses them all of being rapists. Okay? Let's see what she has to say in this video. All right, so here's your opening. Let's have a conversation about consent. All right. So she wants to talk about consent. Number one, consent isn't difficult to understand. Well, it can be. You can't get a lot of mixed signals. If I'm being intimate with a woman, she says stop. That doesn't tell me anything. Stop what? Stop moving, stop kissing, stop doing, stop everything? I don't, it's not explicit. I'm not saying that I shouldn't stop, but I'm just saying it can be difficult to understand consent is. You can get mixed signals. You can get, I've had women come to me and say, well, I wanted this and that and the other thing, and you didn't do it. And I'm like, well, did you tell me that? Because I can't read your mind, but that's the way that a lot of people operate. They operate on the notion. I had a ex-girlfriend, who expected me to 100% be the aggressor when it came to intimacy. I wasn't even supposed to ask for permission. I was just supposed to start doing stuff to her. And then that's the way she wanted it. She wanted then to go along, to acquiesce to my advances. That's how she wanted it to be. So I don't know how you can say it's not difficult to understand. It can be very difficult to understand. Consent can be withdrawn at any time. So this is where you have the ongoing conversation. You have to persistently be like, oh, is this okay? Can I do this? Can I move on to this? Can I do that? Can I do the other thing? And so she points out, people claims this ruins the spontaneity. It ruins the moment. Yeah, it does. Having a conversation while I'm being intimate with a woman is not what I want to do. That's not how I operate. And I don't know too many people who do want to operate under those sorts of circumstances where they have to, talk about everything that they're doing and why they're doing it and how they're doing it. And the women that I've been intimate with don't want that either. I was with a woman and she pushed me off of her and then assumed a different position. Didn't say a word to me. She just wanted to change positions. That's how it worked out. And this is the way it goes. I have hundreds of these stories I could tell you. Yeah, it's ruin the moment by the whole ruin the moment thing, like I was saying about she wants to go in and have you persistently get a yes. And if it's not an enthusiastic yes, it's a no. And I'm like, how does this work? What if the people are mute and you're in the dark? And so it's harder to see sign language and you just, you're doing your thing. And, if you have two deaf people who are using sign language and it's in the dark because it's at night or, they're in private, this is so ridiculous. So what's next? Consent equals respect. I'm sorry. Respect, and you expect this to go both ways. She says in here, watch the video, she says she expects respect to go both ways. When we just saw her saying this sort of thing here, she destroys innocent men's lives because she wants to kill all men. Yeah, sounds like respect to me. No, and I know in her mind, respect is you're going to do what the woman wants when she wants it and how she wants it, and that's the way it's going to be. That's, in her mind, what respect is. Otherwise, she wouldn't be talking about killing all men all the time. What else we got in this thing? Okay, so yeah, respect matters and respect is, yeah. And then, I don't know what's going on in Australia. Do you guys really think that you need to be pushing this consent all of the time through videos, through media, through the public? Because I had one class when I was in 6th grade. I had sex ed one time. And I learned everything I needed to know then about, like, hey, you respect other people, you don't take from them, you don't hurt them, that's it. That's all I needed. Didn't need any more than that. Women and girls are allowed to say, hey, look, I'm not comfortable with this. I don't like it. So what this is coming down to, what is in her mind, because she is insane, is, oh, well, the girl didn't say, yes, I want you to do this to me. And she didn't do that because she was uncomfortable. She was afraid, or she was uncomfortable, and she just didn't know how to approach the subject. So, you had to get that enthusiastic yes. Otherwise, it's a violation of her. It's forced. That's what they're trying to push here. No, you are in charge of your body. You are in charge of your feelings. If you are old enough to do this, to have intimacy, to go all the way and have sex, if you're old enough for that, then you are old enough to say, hey, I don't like this. I do like this. I don't want this. I do want that. Okay? And Clementine Ford needs to shut her hole, because she is not a good person at all. She has no respect for men. Then she has no right to say the things that she's saying about consent. Because as far as she's concerned, I should be dead. That's it. I should just be dead, and there's no problem anymore. And then you have women having intimacy with other women, and that's all there's going to be. So it's never going to be a problem again. Okay, so I said we'd look up the definition of conversation. And this is from my American Heritage Dictionary. Now, this is pre-woke. This is, I think, pre-internet even, because I didn't want to get in a tainted definition that we might get off Google. Now, surprisingly, the Google definition is very similar to what we see here in the dictionary. Conversation, an informal exchange of speech. That's the only definition it has, an informal exchange of speech. What she's talking about, you watch this video, she's talking about something that's actually more formal. It's actually a negotiation. And again, my dictionary here says a negotiation, well, we have negotiate. I don't see negotiation, but negotiate says to confer with another in order to come to terms. Sounds very much like what she's talking about in the video. To arrange or settle by agreement. Okay, yeah. To transfer title. Okay, that's specific to ownership. To succeed in coping with. Yeah. So that kind of, I negotiated my feelings. That's what that means. But she's talking about a negotiation. She's not talking about a conversation. She doesn't even know what she's talking about. She doesn't even speak English correctly. So yeah, don't listen to Clementine Ford. She needs to be stopped. She is obviously anti-male, and she's anti-intimacy because she doesn't want men having the opportunity to be intimate with women. She thinks it's a violation of them. It's the impression that I'm getting. It's not surprising that she feels that way, because a lot of these women, a lot of these feminazis do feel that way. So that's all I got for this time. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you stopping by and checking out my video. This was a requested video by a viewer, so I hope you got something out of it, and I will see you all next time.